You're here because you are a punter or kicker in high school, or you're the parent of a punter or kicker who's in high school, and you're very interested in playing at the collegiate level, but you're not necessarily exactly sure how that's going to happen. The key to it all is you need to be able to play. You need to play in high school. You need to become the starter. You need to become exposed in that way. And once done, you need to go on and play in college. Let's get more into that. But first, the story that I've got for you is mine is a fantastic collegiate career at a D3 level. I went to a small high school. I played in the hometown college. It's a D3 college. That's non-scholarship. And yet, I went on to sign an NFL contract. I also coached in high school. I've also coached in college. I'm a current college coach. I know recruiting. I know NIL. I've got a very unique background in this that I can help and have helped many, many kids go from campers to high school to college players, not college sitters. My experience is rather unique. I've trained with some of the best coaches in the country, and I have had the opportunity to meet and work with some fantastic pro, frankly, Hall of Fame pro players, as well as my own father, who is a D3 NC2A Hall of Fame coach. He invented the specialty sports camp. He invented the kickers camp back in 1971. This is something that I've grown up my entire life doing, and I was a good athlete. I played football and baseball in college. I was a 3-time first-team all-conference kicker and punter. And yes, as I said, I signed a pro contract. These are all things that, quite honestly, the process is repeatable. What I'm most proud of is simply the life that I've been able to lead because of those experiences. I married my college sweetheart. I've got 4 adult kids. I've got a successful business. And now I'm looking to give back in more ways than just teaching camps. I'm looking to help someone just like you who wants to find a way to college and play. I have seen far too many stories and far too many experiences that I've seen of people that I've talked to who desired to get the scholarship. They thought that the scholarship themselves was going to prove their worth, when the real worth and the real thing that they're missing is they need to get to the program at a college level where they're going to get the chance to play. So let's get into that. Most of our heads were at, where mine was at, and where yours might be right now. It's possible that this happens, but that your school is going to become the state champions and you're going to be an all-state player. And all of a sudden, these D1 offers are going to come your way. You're going to get a college scholarship, and you're going to start as a freshman and move all the way through and have this all-American career and ultimately get drafted and go to the NFL. Wouldn't that be something? And you bet it would be something. And there's a few guys where this is true. A few. But sadly, the path oftentimes is the mad path. You're from a small school. Maybe you didn't get noticed as you thought you might. Or perhaps you did, but like almost every specialist, you don't get a scholarship out of high school. You get asked to walk on. You're a preferred walk-on at a Division I school, and all Division I schools are not the same. A freshman or a junior, somebody is already there. They've already got a proven track record, and you are just a school freshman. And so you end up redshirting. You sit out an entire year, only to find out that you didn't earn the job as a sophomore. And then all of a sudden, by the time you're sophomore or junior, you say, I don't like this at all. And so you go into the transfer portal. That sounds so easy that I can just get picked up by another team. But they don't. Most kids don't get the opportunity. And guess what? Their college career comes to a very sad, here's another, the sad path, which is you're from this small town. You wanted to try to get to a D1 school, but you realized, nope, maybe I'd have a better chance at D3. But what you've forgotten there is the level of competition at D3, D2 is excellent. And so you're going to have to earn your way. Well, what happens? Did you redshirt there? Or did you get the chance to play a little bit? Or were you the backup? And did you end up in the same spot? But again, didn't find anybody who was interested in you. Why? Because you haven't played. It's now a year or two in, and your days of high school notoriety are over. Let's take a look at the path of what it could be. Frankly, this is my path. I was the small town guy. I had dreams of going to D1. I got asked to walk on at a couple of D1 schools. It didn't seem like they really wanted me. And I was thinking, where's my scholarship? And so it wasn't offered. Maybe D2 was possible. There were a couple of D2 schools that are interested in me. But I found out that the scholarships weren't exactly the scholarships that I was thinking about. We hear about the D1 where they cover the whole thing. In D2, they don't. And then D3, you hear about, well, non-scholarship. It feels like a letdown, when in fact, there's just tremendously good play at the D3 level. And that's not to say that you're not going to get a scholarship in some other area. And so now you go to the hometown D3 school. But as a freshman, I do start. And as a sophomore, I end up starting in a number of positions. And by the time I'm a junior and senior, I'm first team all-conference player. I'm really enjoying school. I actually, in my junior year, got offered a D1 scholarship and turned it down. I was having too much fun playing where I was playing with the people that I liked at a campus that I loved. And when I became a senior, we won the conference championship. It led to out in the NFL and signing an NFL contract. How neat is that? So what's the reality that you've got to face? There are 1 million high school players, 1 million of them in the country. And that means 40% of them are a starting player, the starting linebacker, the starting wide receiver, or the starting kicker or punter. That means there's 50,000 specialists in high school. You're one of them. But of those who are going to go on and play, or at least have the chance to play in college, you're talking about 5,000 people out of the million. That's 0.5%. That's just getting to college is a big deal. And now to be one of those starting kickers in college, and what I'm saying, there's 3,000. I'm being rather generous, which is there are 3 kicking jobs. You can be the field goal kicker in college, you could be the kickoff kicker in college, or you could be the punter in college. So what happens here in the recruiting process? I think you need somebody to assist you along the way. That's why I'm here. That's why this guide exists, and why I'm interested to have you get on a call so that you can understand better what opportunities and options you may have. Getting recruited is tough, and as a specialist, it's really tough. And trying to earn the starting spot and all the rest that goes along with it, very few freshman kickers or punters get the opportunity to play right away. Are you prepared for that, or are you prepared on how you're going to get the chance to play? You don't need to have been on the high school state championship team. You don't need to be all state. You don't need to be the child of a school alumnus, although that would be nice. You don't have to win some recruiting showcase. You don't need to be a 4 or 5 star recruit. What you need to do is go to a program where there's a realistic chance for you to actually play. That's what the point of this is. Understand, most college players are subs. There's 100 guys basically on every college team. And there's only 22 people who get in during the game, basically. And if you're a kicker or a punter, there's one of 3 jobs for you. And as I said, 8,000 players are in the transfer portal right now. 8,000. That's 8,000 families who made a big mistake, whose dreams are at serious risk, and really who are not happy with the choice that they made. This is a very, very costly, both in terms of expenses as well as time that it takes away from living your life. That's why I'm here, and that's why I want to see you go beyond some of these statistics. And so this college playbook is an online resource through me from which you get tips on skills that you need, drills that you need, mental tips and skills that you need, and certain insider secrets that give you the advantage to become that starting player at the right program in college. There are all sorts of extras that are in here that will give you great confidence in knowing how, step by step, to get recruited by the places you want to be and to get where you want to be, whether that is D1 or 2 or 3 or even at the JUCO level. There's other parts in here. There's even a game that we've constructed that really helps you solidify what it is that you want from a program. As a high school student and a high school player, oftentimes you're not quite sure what it's all about and where you want to be. I've got a way that you can get a better understanding, and parents can get a better understanding for how this is going to work and how it can work for you. Not only when you become a part of this program, you get access to so much more. The whole point of this is to get it early enough so that you're on the right path and you feel incredibly confident about your options and opportunities going forward. And so all of these are the kinds of things that we can discuss on a call, and you'll have direct access to me and my team and my Rolodex and the things that I know that can give you the leg up and the advantage to have the chance to go on and play. If that's of interest to you, then you should go down below and book a call and find a time that's right for you where we can chat. There's no pressure. You don't have to sign up for anything. You'll actually get some advice that will be helpful to you whether you choose to go down this path or not. I think you'll get greater clarity of where you want to play and what you want to do. And so what I'm looking for you to do is get on that call, sign up now, and I'll see you on the other side.